Hi, I'm going to call the meeting to order because I rely on my iPhone more than I do the clock over there. So it is actually 6 o'clock, so I'm calling the meeting to order. And with that, Jess, would you like to do the pledge?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, on my honor. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now we'll take roll call.
Commissioner Singha,
Here.
Commissioner Roostaller,
Here.
Commissioner Tuvuki,
Present.
Commissioner Milas. Commissioner Milas is absent.
Okay, are there actions? Any requests, continuances, or withdrawals?
Yes, item number 3 is asking for a continuance to the May 15th Planning Commission meeting.
Do we have a motion to?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Move it.
Call for the vote?
Commissioner Roostaller,
Yes?
Commissioner Tuvuki,
Yes.
Commissioner Singha.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to move to public comment. This time, the public is welcome to address the Planning Commission on issues of interest to the public that are not listed on the agenda. Comments to the commission are limited to a maximum of 5 minutes. Is there anyone who would like to address the commission? All right, that'll take us to action items, and the first action item is a consent item. Is there anyone on the commission who would like to pull this item? Is there anyone in the audience who would like to pull item number 1? Seeing none, I'll request someone make a motion to approve the consent item.
We'll accept the consent item as it is.
Second.
Moved and seconded that we accept the consent item. General Plan and Housing Element Annual Progress Reports for 2024. I call for the vote.
Commissioner Tuvuki,
Yes.
Commissioner Singha,
Yes.
Commissioner Roostaller.
Yes. Okay, the next item is going to be part of the public hearing. The item is number 2. It's the Williamson Act contract cancellation number PA 2300137 and lot line adjustment number PA 2500077 of the Richard Miller et al. I now think that we need a presentation.
Yes, thank you. I have Lisa Goulart, Associate Planner here to provide a presentation.
Thank you. Good evening. This project is a Williamson Act contract cancellation to remove a 2-acre portion of a 20.94-acre parcel from contract in order to facilitate a lot line adjustment between 2 parcels. The lot line adjustment would result in a 19.09-acre parcel and a 2-acre parcel. A Williamson Act notice of non-renewal has also been filed for the 2 acres. The project site is located in Linden on East Walnut Drive, 3/4 of a mile west of Fine Road. The project site has a general plan designation and zoning of general agriculture. In these pictures, the 2 existing parcels are outlined in pink. The area to be canceled, excuse me, from Williamson Act contract is identified with blue hatch marks. The surrounding area is an agricultural production with scattered residences. In 1969, a Williamson Act contract was approved for the subject parcels which, excuse me, at that time were recognized as one 21.09-acre parcel. In 2020, a certificate of compliance was approved that recognized a 0.15-acre parcel legally separate from the remainder. At that time, despite the small size, the newly recognized parcel was not removed from Williamson Act contract as required. With the lot line adjustment, the applicant's goal is to move the smaller parcel from the northeast to the northwest corner and enlarge it to 2 acres for a home site. However, parcels under Williamson Act contract must meet a minimum size of 10 acres after a lot line adjustment or be removed from contract. A notice of non-renewal was filed to remove the contract over a period of 10 years from the 2 acres. To allow for the lot line adjustment to be approved at this time without waiting 10 years for the contract to expire, a Williamson Act contract cancellation must be approved. In order to cancel the Williamson Act contract, a cancellation fee must be paid that is equal to 12.5% of the property valuation, determined by the county assessor and certified by the Board of Supervisors. In this case, the cancellation fee was calculated to be $25,000. In order to cancel a Williamson Act contract, one of 2 findings must be made in the affirmative. Staff recommends that finding number 1, that the cancellation is consistent with the purposes of the Williamson Act, can be made in the affirmative. This is the site plan submitted by the applicant for the lot line adjustment. The lot lines for the smaller parcel, which is in the northeast corner here, are proposed to be moved over here to make a 2-acre parcel in the northwest corner. It is recommended that the Planning Commission forward the project to the Board of Supervisors with the recommendations contained on this slide and in the staff report. Thank you. This concludes staff's presentation.
Do any of the commissioners have questions for staff?
No questions.
All right, then we'll ask the applicant or the representative to come forward and speak to the commission.
Good evening, I'm Joe Murphy with Dillon and Murphy, P.O. Box 2180 in Lodi, representing the Miller family who is in attendance. From my right to left is David Miller, Richard Miller, and Tim Miller. They're a multi-generational farming family in the Linden community and with long-standing roots in Linden. They're not developers. They're simply just trying to realign some existing lots to create a more buildable lot. So really what you're voting to allow is a lot line adjustment, not a creation of a new lot. So the lots are there, we're just trying to realign them. We're glad to hear that there were no letters of opposition. I think there were over 20 agencies notified, including Department of Conservation, who oversees Williamson Act, and the Sierra Club. As you know, if we were doing something fishy, you'd have heard something from them, and fortunately, they did not respond, so we were glad to hear that. We support staff and all their work, and thank you for all your work. We've been at this for a while, but we do support the recommendation of approval, and I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Does anybody have any questions? No
Thank you.
questions. So at this time, are there any proponents of the project who would like to come forward and speak? And I forgot to ask, is there anybody online tonight? Okay. Anyone? All right. Are there any opponents of this project who would like to come forward at this time and speak to the commission? All right, there's no need for a rebuttal, so I'm going to close the public hearing and bring it back to the commission for discussion and action.
No discussion. No discussion.
All right, then I will entertain a motion to accept item number 2 on the agenda.
I'll make that motion to accept.
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we accept item number 2 with the Williamson Act contract cancellation number PA 2300137, lot line adjustment number PA 2500077, with the recommendations from staff, items 1 through 5. And do I need to read those recommendations to get in the record? It's not necessary. Oh, okay. Thank you. This time I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Tudavuki,
Yes.
Commissioner Roostaller,
Yes.
Commissioner Sangha.
Yes.
All right, item number 2 passes for 3 0. Thank you. Okay, this time we will go to other business.
Thank you, Chair. Jennifer Jolly, Director of Community Development. I'm going to combine my new business and director's report because I have very little to share. On May 13th, we are going to the Board of Supervisors with a laundry list of things coming out of community development. One of them will be a fee hearing that is going to be held in advance of the adoption of the new budget for next fiscal year. We are specifically addressing fire fees on that one. We haven't raised our fire fees in, I think it's about 12 years. So getting caught up to 2025, sort of. We also are taking forward the development title update, which we were originally going to take to the board meeting last time. However, I'll share with you that there is new legislation that requires a 20-day notification for the public for items that can affect property. So, for instance, a zone reclassification or a text amendment that affects what you can do with your property. So that went into effect in January, and because of that that's a very long notice period. It means you have to have everything kind of wrapped up 3 weeks in advance of the hearing. So we ended up having to move that item from the last board meeting to the 13th. So it's going to be a busy day. Obviously, we are down one planning commissioner. So I'm hearing that Supervisor Dhaliwal will be appointing a new one hopefully shortly. I'm just not sure exactly what meeting that person will be in attendance for. We've also been informed that one of our other commissioners has quite a few absences. He's gonna miss quite a few meetings. So if you can share with us as far out as you know any absences, we would really appreciate it so that we can do some agenda management for the applicants and staff as well. So that concludes my report, and I'll turn it over to Corinne King. Thank you.
So I have some upcoming meetings. So on the May 15th meeting, we have a revisions of approved actions to modify a condition for a previously approved subdivision. It's over on South Del Mar and East Main Street. We have the conditional use permit for the Religious Assembly in Tracy that was continued from tonight to the 15th. And we have the San Joaquin County housing element and a general plan text amendment that we'll have for you. On June 5th, we have a use permit to modify the conditions of approval and add a few conditions for the Manteca Sportsman's Club in Manteca to let them operate safely. And then we don't have anything scheduled so far for the June 19th meeting. That's it. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Directors, do you have any comments?
I have a question.
Commissioners? Whatever you want to call them. Yeah.
I have a
I'm on a
question
roll.
for Jennifer. With the fire fees, are you going to be parity with the city of Stockton as far as their fees? And because we have pockets, or the city of Stockton Fire Department has pockets of county.
So, Commissioner, that's a great question. No, actually what we did is we've spent the last couple of years on doing a nexus study specifically to look at time and materials basically for all of the different types of operational permits and plan check fees. So it's strictly based on the results of that, of that nexus study. And interestingly, and sadly enough, when we did that study, we realized we were really only recouping about 20-ish% of cost recovery on permits. And they hadn't been updated in, like I said, 12 years, maybe a little more. So our recommendation to the board is to increase to up to around 49% on average of cost recovery, and then we will incrementally likely increase those over the next couple of years. So it's not so much of a shock to the the public, but we do have the support of the Fire Chiefs Association, and so it will affect all of their revenue as well. So, yeah, thank you.
Any other questions or comments?
Oh, I just had a question. It's not with the agenda, but July 4th is on a Friday, so do we get the Thursday off, or are we having a meeting that day?
I'm just going to go out on a limb and say we're not going to have a meeting on the 3rd.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Have all weekend, extra long weekend.
All right. I am going to adjourn this meeting. Good night.